6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Prime Minister says his visits to Saudi Arabia and Qatar will be helpful in strengthening the country's economy. The State Bank of Pakistan has cut the policy rate by 250 basis points to 15%. The Iranian foreign minister arrives in Pakistan today on a two-day official visit. The army chief has emphasized that global peace is confronted with the ever-evolving threats and challenges. In the United States, presidential elections will be held tomorrow. Australia beat Pakistan by 2 wickets in the first one-day cricket international of the three-match series in Melbourne today. And now the news in detail. The Prime Minister Mohammad Shahbaz Sharif says he had very successful visits to Saudi Arabia and Qatar, which will help further strengthen Pakistan's economy. Presiding over the Federal Cabinet meeting held in Islamabad today, he said during his interaction with the Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince expressed best wishes for Pakistan. He said a delegation of Pakistan will be visiting Saudi Arabia in a couple of days as a follow-up to hold talks with the Saudi leadership on a host of issues including Saudi investment in diverse fields including mining and mineral and agriculture. Shahbaz Sharif said his visit to Qatar also remained very fruitful. The Prime Minister said he held a meeting with the Emir of Qatar, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani in Doha. He said we discussed all aspects of bilateral relations, particularly progress on investment of $3 billion by Qatar in Pakistan. He said a delegation of Qatar Investment Authority will also be visiting Pakistan soon, while after concluding talks, the chairman of the Qatar Investment Authority will also visit Pakistan at the end of this month. The Prime Minister said during his visits, the Saudi Crown Prince talked about the import of skilled labor from Pakistan, while the Emir of Qatar hinted to establish Information Technology Park in Pakistan. He said Azerbaijan has also expressed the desire for investment of $2 billion in Pakistan. The acting president, Syed Yusuf Raza Gilani, has stressed the need for relentless efforts and unshaken resolve to achieve sustainable development goals. Addressing the 27th Sustainable Development Conference as chief guest in Islamabad today, he said Pakistan is facing a challenge of climate change, which is becoming an obstacle to achieve the sustainable development. The acting president said there is a dire need to further strengthen governance frameworks to ensure transparency, accountability, and inclusivity. He commended the second edition of the Sustainability Investment Expo 2024, held alongside the mood to showcase the cutting-edge technology, fostering collaboration and attracting investment. Syed Yusuf Raza Gilani said Pakistan has linked its Vision 2025 to the Sustainable Development Goals to demonstrate the commitment to reach sustainable development outcomes for a wider human well-being. The State Bank of Pakistan has cut the policy rate by 250 basis points to 15%. The decision was announced during a meeting of the Monetary Policy Committee in Karachi today. The new policy rate is effective from tomorrow. The committee noted that inflation has declined faster than expected. The Iranian Foreign Minister Sayyid Abbas Araghchi arrives in Pakistan today on a two-day official visit. During the visit, he will hold meetings with the Prime Minister Mohammad Shahbaz Sharif and the Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Mohammad Ishaq Dar. The Iranian Foreign Minister will hold consultations on the situation in the Middle East and Pakistan-Iran bilateral relations. The visit will provide an important opportunity to advance cooperation and dialogue between Pakistan and Iran on a wide range of areas, including trade, energy, and security. This is Radio Pakistan. The 5-day 28th Annual Conference of International Association of Peacekeeping Training Center kicked off at Center for International Peace and Stability, National University of Science and Technology in Islamabad today. The conference, being hosted for the first time in Pakistan, officially commenced with the inauguration of new building by the Chief of the Army Staff, General Syed Asim Munir, the Under Secretary General, Department of Peace Operations, the United Nations Police Advisor, Acting Deputy Military Advisor, Foreign Secretary of Pakistan, and the Rector, National University of Science and Technology also accompanied the chief guest during the inauguration and the opening ceremony of the conference. In the keynote address, the Army Chief emphasized that global peace today is confronted with the ever-evolving threats and challenges. He said despite the numerous peacekeeping endeavors underway by the United Nations and other organizations, the plight of innocent Kashmiris and Palestinians serve as a stark reminder that still a lot needs to be done. The wife of renowned Kashmiri leader Muhammad Yasin Malik and the chairperson Peace and Culture Organization Mashal Hussain Malik has once again urged the international community, particularly the United Nations, to play a role in getting her jailed husband free from the Indian jail. She was addressing a news conference along with her 12-year-old daughter Razia Sultana in Islamabad today. Mashal Hussain Malik appealed to the international community to take notice about the deteriorating health of Muhammad Yasin Malik, who has gone on an indefinite hunger strike unto death against the Indian brutalities and illegal arrest and no legal or medical care in jail. She also urged the global human rights organizations to take notice about the massive human rights violations by the Indian occupation authorities in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. She said the international community should also hold India accountable for its gross human rights violations in the Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Mashal Hussain Malik said she had penned a letter to the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres and the Congress leader Rahul Gandhi, requesting them for an immediate intervention to save the life of Muhammad Yasin Malik from Indian judicial murder. Canada has enlisted India in cyber threat list, according to the National Cyber Threat Assessment Report 2025-2026, released by the Centre for Cybersecurity Canada. The Modi regime's interference in the affairs of other states has been fully exposed, and New Delhi is targeting its opponents through cyber technology. The chief of the Communications Security Establishment Canada, Caroline Xavier, in a statement said the Indian government is using cyber technology for monitoring and spying political activities of dissidents living abroad. Canada has also expelled 6 Indian diplomats for their involvement in activities to suppress Sikh separatist movements in early October. In the United States presidential election is being held tomorrow. Tough competition is expected between Republican Party's nominee Donald Trump and Democratic Party's candidate Kamala Harris. Voters in each state and the District of Columbia will choose electors to the Electoral College, who will then elect the president and the vice president for a term of 4 years. And now cricket. Australia beat Pakistan by 2 wickets in the first one-day international of 3-match series in Melbourne today. Batting first, Pakistan set a victory target of 204 runs in 46.4 overs. In reply, Australia achieved the victory target in just 33.3 overs for the loss of 8 wickets. And finally, the weather report. Dry weather is expected in most parts of the country, while cold conditions are likely in hilly areas during the next 12 hours. However, smog and light fog is likely to persist in most parts of the Punjab. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.